It's not Christmas season anymore.
All right.
Yeah, early for Christmas.
Have to be ready for Christmas.
Go ahead and sit down so you're in front of the thing. We're live now, so
We're live.
yeah, we are live. Finally. I know it was traffic and it was rain and it was crazy today, but she made it and we're here. I know it was, and she's alive.
I'm alive, thankfully.
I don't know how far you are. Yeah, heels, nails, and full geesh. I don't know how. I don't know how you did it, but you did it. So let me straighten this out just a little bit. And you're watching, right? You're on? All right, so let me get into these messages. We are here today to get to know Matcha. My name is Joey Bone, a.k.a. Amanda Bone DeMornay. And this is my little thing where we are getting to know our local girls. And we're, you know, because they need to be just as represented as the Drag Race girls, and you need to know where you can go to support them. Let me get to my questions list because I was not prepared because we were fucking around today. I think it's this one. No, maybe not. Maybe this one. I have no idea what I did with my questions list.
I still got it. Just go through our messages.
Okay, here. No, I got them. I found them. Finally. Let's see. Okay, so again, we are here today with Matcha Hikaru. I don't know if you want to scoot over so they can see you a little bit more. You know, you can get kind of close because we're janky right now with this camera for now. Matcha, tell everybody hi and say a little something while I get these questions loaded up.
I am Matcha Hikaru.
That's how you say it because I was saying it
Hikaru,
wrong.
you can roll the R if
Okay.
you want, but if you don't know how to roll the R, then that's fine. Yeah, it's more like Japanese.
Okay, so since we're on that, how that's your stage name, and how did you come by that? Like, tell us what that means.
Well, basically, it came about taking the last name of my drag mother, and the first name. It was like when I first started drag, I was going for more of like a Japanese aesthetic, and tea, Japanese green tea,
Matcha tea.
matcha. So
Okay,
it's
that's
just-
cute.
that's
And how old are you?
I am 19 years old.
Okay, and how long have you been performing?
For 10 months.
There you go. You're just a baby, but at least you're together, bitch. I see pads. Y'all, I don't know if you've seen them when you walk by, but she is padded. She is nailed. She is painted. We are not mad at it. Okay, so, you do have a drag family. You just got onto that, so that's cute. And we'll get into that. Who is your drag mother, your drag father? Who is your drag family?
My drag parents are Mio Hikaru and Apollo Infinity. And if in terms of family, I would say basically all the regulars at Iberian Rooster. We're pretty close.
I haven't made it out there yet because I hate going across the bridge and I work so much and I have school, so it's just like I've been meaning to get out there because Adriana is my sister. She's on the wall back here somewhere. I'm part of my sister house, and everybody, like, because the last time they were talking about the wall. Every year we put up photos of me and my drag family. They're all on the wall. And then when the year ends, we push all the older ones down to one end and put new photos up. And we do that, and everything that comes off the wall goes back into an album. So we can do that. Now, somebody wants you to plug those gloves. Where did you get those gloves?
These gloves. These lovely jeweled nails gloves by Francis Queerbot 9000.
Yeah.
Beauties and bow ties.
Yes. We need to talk, Francis. He's going to come. He wants to be on the show too, so he's going to come in our little live show. Now, everything that we are filming today will be on my YouTube channel, which I just started because I'm not that kind of person. But really what I'm trying to do is...
I left that nigga on red cause I fell out.
Now, a lot of the new girls I know, but not all of them. And being before there was So You Think You Can Drag and... over in St. Pete and all that, I had a talent race at Valentine's nightclub, and it was one of the biggest ones. And we had Amanda's talent race was before ODRL and TDRL, and then we did that at Liquid. So I know a lot of the girls, but I know there's a lot of the new ones that I don't know a lot about. And I was really excited that you volunteered to come on. And I don't know if you've seen earlier, but I did go live. Everybody who comes on and does the interview, your name will go into a bowl, and at the end of the month, or if I have enough girls, we'll pick a name, and somebody win a makeup palette, some brushes, or a wig, or something like that. So that's incentive for you to look forward to. But yes, plug Francis Queerbot 9000 and those gloves, bitch. He's on here, so you can message me and we can get that together. Now, Who are you closest with in your drag family? Like, two people that you are like super close with.
Is this including my parents?
You can, or your sisters. It's whatever
My
you want. Because
sisters?
we know you're probably close with your parents.
That's
We
a
see all your
given.
Facebook shenanigans all the time. So
Well, that's a given, being close to both my parents in terms of my drag and personal life. But I would say outside of my parents, definitely L Infinity.
hold on one second. Scooch the table that it's mounted to back just a little bit.
Yeah,
so we
because
don't
I was noticing a little bit.
then we can see. Then we don't have to be so. There you go. They can see your outfit. Okay.
L
L Infinity.
Infinity. She's really. We've got pretty close in the past couple months.
I love her. She's
She's
such a
a
shady
doll.
cunt, but I
love
live for her. You have no idea.
I love her.
Also, her drag mother is Bella Summers, who is part of the Bone family, and I got her started doing makeup and stuff with us at Valentine's. So
And I want to say Gigi, Ogo Gigi.
I don't think I've met her yet. She's another one of the new girls.
They're
right?
all over the place.
Yes,
Constantly
they're
going
coming.
to a drag show.
I just appreciate when I see new girls who really put forth the effort, because we were bloogers when we started. We didn't have the people who wanted to help. Like, they would literally just throw you into the stuff. Like, Joey Brooks used to have this thing, like, when you would do a show with her, and it was right before you to go on the thing, and she'd be like, oh, honey, let me see that. And they'd be like, oh, she goes, oh, that eyelash look good. And then they would call your name, and she'd rip the eyelash off, and she'd, like, go. And you have to go out like that, or they would get us together, girl. So, but we did get help, like Desiree, Jocelyn, Summers, they helped us all. So it's good to see when you guys come out and you're padded and you know what your aesthetic is and you're actually like working towards something. You're not just in like a Forever 21 costume out there doing whatever. So, how does your real family, your parents, your biological family, how do they feel about
My
this?
biological family, it depends on who in my biological family. It's very like kind of split. Like my siblings, my aunt, my cousins, they all love it. But my grandparents, they're like, they know about it. I mean, they're not
But it's
close-minded.
like, let's
but
not,
they're
let's
like, I
not
like
dwell
watching
on
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to have like people who support you, because my family has always been supportive. I waited so long to tell my my grandparents anything, and it was just kind of outed at a family reunion, and they were not mad. My grandparents were like, Joe, we used to party with the gays on Fire Island and watch the shows in New York, so they were okay with it. My grandmother actually has my first headshot, shot by Kelly. Oh God, no. Guy Kelly, he did all of our photos. He passed away. God rest his soul. But they have my my headshots on the mantle with all the rest of the family pictures, and they tell everybody, "Look, it's Joey, isn't he beautiful?" It's so funny because they're so supportive. My mom's been to my shows, and she actually did a show with me. So it's really good to have supportive people. But as long as you know that they're not downing you or whatever, and you live in your dream, that's cool. So where would you say your home bar is?
Oh, definitely the Iberian Restaurant.
Everybody.
For sure.
I cannot wait to go. I just
It's
need to get
great-
going. Well, I have a bunch of stuff coming up. I've got some gigs coming up. We have Battle of the Families, January 20th at Honey Pot, which is the Panics, the Infinities, and the Bones. It's going to be $1,000 to the winning family, and the person with throughout the whole competition with the most points gets to be guest marshal for the Arabella, guest marshal for Pride. So it's a benefit for Pride, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I will have to shave, because I love bearded drag, and like I can paint in beard. I have pictures that are so phenomenal, but I will not go out in bearded drag because my mother is like a punching. But we're working on that. She told me I can now, and she wouldn't punch me in my throat anymore. After she saw Adriana, and she was like, okay, I get it. Like the aesthetic, like we're good.
Right.
So, but I will have to shave, so I'll be in Guiche for that, and it's been a year because I've been like not doing it. And then we have some other stuff coming up on the 24th, which we will let you guys know when it's all finalized. But I can't wait, and I love bearded drag, especially like when it comes to Adriana and Carl.
I love
Is
Aquarius.
okay. So Aquarius, I'm sorry. Aquarius is also known as lay on your bone. Gary and Aquarius got their start. She's my daughter. She's Amanda Bone's daughter. She got her start at Valentine's, and then moved into to be part of the Infinities for a bit and get her voguing down, and finally like found her niche, and she's padded and she's beautiful and she's bearded. So we live for that. I need to message her and see what she's doing because I
was
need to
just
talk to her.
At Iberian on Wednesday night with them. Aquarius is really someone who's been helping me out lately.
hilarious. He's so much fun.
Aquarius.
We used to hang out a lot, but now everybody's got gigs and a life, bitch, and we're not no more. So, where was the first place you ever performed? Your first performance?
Was at the Iberian Rooster.
At the IBM.
At
Now
the
I heard
Iberian
you
Rooster.
recently won, so you think you can drag too? Not last week, the week before.
Yeah, and it was like I want to say 3-4 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, the semifinals is next week.
How did it feel?
It felt really surreal because I've never done a competition.
What are the
The
semifinals?
semifinals is
What's the category?
Alien Invasion.
Ooh.
So I feel like I fit
Yes. You can get that down.
We have a question from Casual Leon. Who do you look up to for inspiration for makeup?
Ooh.
That was one of my questions, Kezra. You were here the other day, you know. You're supposed to be here today.
That's actually a hard one. I want to say, because I just recently started like gluing the brows down and going all ham.
The worst thing to do is I hate, as you can see, my eyebrows are always done. So I will glue half of them down and then add, but I hate gluing my eyebrows down. I hate drawing on eyebrows. So you're already one up on me.
But I want to say definitely like L Infinity and Aquarius for sure. Besides my drag parents, but they don't glue their brows down, so I can only take inspiration in terms of like.
Yeah, you can get it from everywhere. Inspiration is inspiration. You draw from millions of things. Now, name 3 established local queens, like already established queens that inspire you. And it can be drag queens, it could be kings, it could be whatever, but who are like that you know from around that already work at clubs like established.
Okay. Before she moved, Maya Valentine,
Okay.
Aquarius, and Adriana. I want to say.
There you go. Listen, I'm okay for all of that.
Yeah.
I knew Maya before she started doing drag. She was just a little twink boy running around in her underwear in Port Charlotte. So I know Maya, and she can paint, bitch, and she can dance.
Yeah.
So, all right. Now name 2 new queens that just came on the scene like you that you look up, that you that inspire you and you look up to.
Missy Hitaira,
Okay.
who's over there at Iberian Rooster over in St. Peter.
I want to meet her. I need to get out there.
And I want to say also probably Lilith Black.
Lilith Black is gorgeous in and out of drag.
Amazing.
Like ridiculous.
Amazing.
Drew, Lilith, you could come on here too. Okay, so now give us a brief description of your aesthetic. Like, what is your aesthetic?
Okay.
We got a little bit of it in the beginning because you said Japanese and stuff, but
Yeah, well, that was the original. It's kind of changed since then, but now people know me as Matcha, so I haven't really changed it very much. But I would describe myself very like 80s, 90s house, Bratz doll, bearded J-Lo.
oh my god! So you have to see my brat. I'll show you afterwards the pictures of me. We did a Bratz night, me and Naomi Winters at Valentine's, and I was Chloe, the chubby Bratz doll. But I was painted, so it was okay. I like that. I like that Bratz doll 90s, 80s. That's me. Like, I love 80s music. I love 90s music. People like kind of pigeonholed me into like that whole like hip hop thing. But before hip hop started, I was a club kid that did rock and roll and dark, nasty, like artsy stuff. So it's so funny because I love beauty drag and I love whatever. It's just like that 90s, 80s is me. Okay, so how is your onstage persona different from your offstage persona? Do you think you're more outgoing in drag?
Oh,
or?
for sure. Outside of drag, I'm a lot more reserved. I'm very kept to myself. But in drag, I'm very more outgoing. I talk more. I joke around more. I feel more confident in drag.
It is because like you're like the way that I see it is like first of all I'm loud and obnoxious all the time, but in drag it gives me permission to just be the worst. Like I do like if you take my personality already and then magnify it by 100, like I am so gross, nasty, foul-mouthed, funny. Like I don't care, like whatever. And in person, like I'm just regular, like cool or whatever. But once the drag's on, like bitch, it's over. Like that, and that seems to be like a way for. But it also helped me, like, in my everyday life, too, to be more approachable and more outgoing out of drag, too. Because once people know who you are in and out of drag, hey, Jose.
Hey, Jose.
Once people know who you are outside of drag, like, they will, like, when I used to do my contests, they would catch me everywhere. and they would just scream Amanda Bone. We would be in the mall, we were in Walmart, Walgreens, like they didn't care. So you have to be more
Yeah.
once people figure that out. So yeah, that's how it starts. It's how it all starts. Okay, so what is your favorite part about getting into drag?
Ooh, favorite part, like physically?
Physically and about drag altogether.
About favorite part about drag. I should have thought more about this question.
Well, no, it's better when you do it on the fly because then
Yeah.
we get like real answers. It's not rehearsed. So.
Yes. I want to say my favorite part about drag in general is just like the release you get from like even as an audience member, but also as the performer yourself. You always get like a release, like an escape. Because when you're in the audience, you're living, you're having your best life.
But when you're out there giving them life, it's a whole nother experience.
Yes, it's good on both ends, especially when there's like a good entertainer and a good audience. You know what I mean?
Listen, I know. One thing of advice I would give to everybody is don't let the amount of people or the audience disparage you.
Mm-hmm.
I was always told by my drag mother was you go out there and you put on a show like you are performing for a packed club no matter what.
Mm-hmm. My first
Just
time
do it.
performing to a smaller audience, it was kind of weird. Because I'm like, wait, there was maybe... Because it was at Southern Nights on a Sultry Sundays, the new Sundays they were doing.
Yeah.
It was the very first week. Was so there
Holly
wasn't
there?
much people there. No, Holly was
Probably
there
was
last
the
week.
last week.
Yeah. This was like, I want to say 3-4 weeks ago whenever I won. It was the first night on Sultry Sundays, so there wasn't much people, many people
Yeah,
there
you
the
gotta
first
get
night. So they used the main stage for a small crowd.
And
But now, ever since then, they cropped that main stage out and they used the bar
the
side.
bar side. All right. Well, let's see. Now, what is your least favorite part about drag? So, about performing and then about getting into drag. So,
Okay, about performing, I want to say when other people police other people's drag, it really gets on my nerves. Depending on how you approach them about it, because there's different ways of approaching, like
Yeah,
helping them as opposed to telling them.
if you're going to give advice, make sure there's room to grow in that advice. If you're going to tell somebody that they're busted, you cannot turn around and then not tell them what they're doing wrong to fix not being busted. And that's what a lot of people don't get. Gary or Jade, Carl, a bunch of the girls, like I said, got their start. And if they came and they ever asked for help, I made pads. We would have makeup parties. You see how big this table is. We would sit down with 1 million people and we would just paint and like learn stuff. Like that's what we did. So, I know what's your least favorite about getting into drag? Like padding, eyelashes, painting, eyebrows. What is that?
I actually enjoy painting, and I can put on eyelashes really well. And even though I just started padding like a few weeks ago,
It looks good.
I figured out a way to do it very quickly. Rather than
Who made your
doing-
pads?
Angel LaBelle.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm
Was in TDRL, right?
yes, and there'll be All Stars 2 for ODRL. So
Yay!
yeah, I would say probably tucking. I
Yeah.
hate being tucked. It's the
It's
worst.
so uncomfortable.
And you're in constant pain, but
It just depends. There's like people don't understand about tucking, and I'm glad you brought that up because there's like a gaff, then there's actual duct tape tucking, and then there's like,
come on, matches hikaru.
it's so stupid.
That's
So
my
yes, the
favorite.
tucking is awful, especially like when you're sitting, try to sit down. You have to learn how to sit on like a butt cheek,
yeah.
so you don't sit on the crack because you will sit on your own dick, and it is the most painful thing that people do not understand. I hate putting on. There's so many things like. I love drag altogether, but my least favorite thing would be to draw on eyebrows. That's why I do not do it. Then it would be putting eyelashes on. I can do it. I just hate it. And then padding because I'm fat and I've already got a full painted face. And then I try to pad and then I start sweating and it's just like, and I'm fat. So it's like 4 pairs of tights and all of my pads. And then I've got like the gaff and then I've got like my girdles. It's just a lot. But yes, tucking is definitely one of the worst things ever. All right, so at what point in the drag transformation do you, before you're complete, like what point are you like, bitch, she's here? You know what I mean? Because for me, if I stand up and I have on pads and my shape is thickening, I'm like, bitch, okay, you can't tell me nothing. Like I feel like whatever.
I want to say in my transformation, it would have to be once I shape the beard and contour the cheeks. That's what really makes me me. Because with a normal, because
I've seen pictures of
shape
you without
the
the beard in drag too.
Right.
Because you're also a beautiful, like unbearded queen too.
Thank you.
And that's great that you have tried it both. That way you're versatile in that. You know what I'm saying?
And I
Like,
do plan on going back and forth.
and
this
listen,
year.
you see this.
Yeah.
We're working on things, girl. We're bringing bearded drag and non-bearded drag. We're merging
There's
in and
not
out.
many of us locally, but we're on the rise.
No, there is a bearded queen pageant that Michelle Bone Woods and Anthony Ciccone, I can't remember his drag name right now, but they actually have a national bearded queen pageant.
I wonder who's
So-
competing this year.
We need to get you into that. I know we talked about it a little bit, so we'll get to that. Okay. So, what is your most favorite song to perform right now?
Oh, right now.
Like, or something that you want to perform so bad, like right now.
Oh, this is so hard. Because recently I started performing more higher energy type music. I really enjoyed my performance when I did Toy by Netta, which is from Eurovision.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that, and I did Pound the Alarm earlier this week, and
That's
that was
true.
I really killed it. So
I want to do Khalid and
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish. Lovely.
I
Like,
wanna
I
do
want to do a very artsy like version of that. So we'll have to talk about that because you know I want to do
I
that.
want to do
like, so bad.
Sledgehammer by Rihanna
Yes.
for the Star Trek one. That would be pretty good. It's like slow, but there's a lot of emotion. And
Yep.
it's like energy with it. I like it.
Thick. Yes. Thick, girl. You can go on Twitter and see my leaked photos.
Oh, we've
Thick.
been new.
Okay, everybody
We've been
know,
new.
girl. There's a bunch. I see. We've been new.
We've been new.
We've been. Okay. And also, like, my favorite song to perform is, like, anything Marilyn Manson. Like, I love Marilyn Manson that I've already done.
Shut up.
So. Oh, my God. That was my
up,
Marilyn
Marilyn
Manson.
Manson.
My first concert ever was Mechanical Animals with Monster Magnet, Holt, and Marilyn Manson.
Bitch, I would have never known. I'm sure you
No.
would have never known either.
No, I never seen it. And I seen him live. I got to touch him. I got bloody pages of the Bible. I have all kinds of shit from that concert. Like, you guys don't understand it. I love all kinds of music. Any kind of music. And doing drag, I said this with Kezra the other day, being well-rounded and able to do lots of things is phenomenal. So I can give you country, bitch. I can give you rock and roll. I can give you hip-hop. I can give you whatever you want. Ballads, you got it, you name it. I can do it. And that's the thing. Amanda's talent race, how it worked was each week there was a category. You had to give us your best. Two winners, one got money, the other one was safe, two bottoms, of course. Everybody loves bottoms. And then they would perform a lip sync, and then the audience would choose who go and who don't, and then you would get the next thing. So we did stuff like one of the most out of the box and fun things was the Scott Bradley's the jukebox where they take new songs and make them in older, like stuff like that. So we had one night that was that. It was and everybody had to do these old time things, and it was so cute. It was such a good thing. But we had country night, we had Broadway, we had ballads, we had rock and roll, we have emotions, like you would draw out of a hat, and whatever emotion you got, you had to give a song that done that. So I love Marilyn Manson, just so you know.
Me too.
Okay, and what's your favorite artist to perform?
My favorite artist to perform. Whoa. Like artists, I don't think I've performed
Postmodern Jukebox. Thank you, because like
postmodern. Yeah.
it's Scott Bradley's Postmodern Jukebox, but it was stuck.
My favorite artist to perform would have to be. I think that would depend on like the mood I'm in and what I have planned, because
So you don't have like a go-to artist that
I
you
don't
love?
I don't have a go-to one. I don't have a specific artist because I perform so many different things.
Hey, I'm down for it.
That's less.
I have a go-to. It depends on the crowd, like you said, or what's going on. But my go-to is always Adele. I look like Adele in drag. I will show you pictures afterwards. But I do look. She even commented on my Instagram.
Get out of here.
Yeah, because I was dressed up like Adele for a night where we did impersonations, which was one of the Amanda things. And I was getting changed, and I was a boy, except from here up, and I had the bun and the hair, and I had on a Pokemon shirt. And she was, I was like, Adele loves Pokemon, and she was like, I sure do. And like that was really
Sure
cute.
do.
Yeah. So, do you remember the first drag show you ever saw?
The first drag show I've ever seen.
And what
locally?
queen stood out? Your first drag show ever.
Okay, now when I
Would you like a drink too? I'm sorry.
Sure.
Because Will you get her like a fizzy or something?
Yes, I
Okay, before I started doing drag, I was one of those blind RuPaul drag race stands.
That's not blind.
And then
It's always good to stand. I'm talking about your first live show.
First live show would have to be the Christmas Queen show from 2016.
Okay.
But the very first local that I've been to was at the Iberian Rooster over in St. Petersburg.
We have to give Mama Ru her dues. She brought drag to the mainstream. Unfortunately, with anything you bring to the mainstream, it gets carried away, and everybody thinks that's the standard and the end all be all. And you have to be on that TV show, and that's what this is about: is getting to know you guys and not making it a TV show. You can have Gatorade or Izzy; it's whatever you want.
got a choice.
I get a choice.
Yeah.
It's like a sparkling apple, Izzy, and a Gatorade. We have. You're not old enough
Boy and girl.
for actual drinks.
I might take this one.
Okay,
You get
here
to
we go.
choose.
If you want him, he'll open it for you, so you don't have to. break the
Yeah,
nails.
I can do it.
Thank you.
But that's what this is for. So we get to know those local girls. We get to whatever. You're like, I don't know what it is. We keep just like sliding out of the. I want to make sure they see you more than they see me. So, but I want to make sure that we give a platform, something for the local girls, so people get to know and whatever. And I love her bringing that to the mainstream. And I know a lot of girls that have been on there. My drag auntie is Coco Montrese. If you go on her Instagram, you will see millions of pictures of Chihuahua dogs that she got from me. I also was really close with, and still am friends with Alexis Mateo. And so, I mean, like, it's whatever. They were local queens before they were on there, and that's what people don't understand is they were.
I think the ones who really stood out to me, though, the Iberian Rooster, there's three people who really stood out to me. One would be Adriana Sparkle. It's because she's so beautiful, but she has such a dramatic eye. And it all goes together so well.
Listen, Adriana is like a Harajuku Barbie nightmare dream,
She's
amazing.
really taking
like,
St. Pete by storm, though. Her and Aquarius both is really starting to stop.
do you need to scoot it back a little bit more?
But
Okay.
Maya Valentine and Elle Infinity, those are the ones that really my first show. I was just like in love. They were just great.
And do you know who the first local queen you ever saw perform? Like, who was the first one?
Oh, that would be Mio.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay. And what made you want to do this? Like, tell us what inspired you? What made you want to be an entertainer?
I wanted to be an entertainer. Well, whenever I first discovered drag, I was like intrigued, but like on the edge, because I was like, this is interesting. I never even knew bearded drag was a thing until I saw Aquarius and Adriana.
It's been a thing for a while, and it's a very like a branch off of camp, and there's like different kinds. I just like how serious you guys take it, because a beard can be a distraction, and that's one thing that was told to me was like I was never for bearded drag because the bearded queens that I'd seen didn't pad, they didn't really paint, like it was literally like smeared on lipstick and like CoverGirl, and they were making a joke. But then I met Adriana, and we were judging Queen of the Night, and I think it was my drag mom or my drag auntie Esme or Desiree, and they were like, she gives me Matthew Anderson, and it's everything, and she goes, and I wasn't even, she goes, usually I'm so distracted by the beard, she goes, but when she came out and you look at her, you don't see the beard. You see the artistic side of it, like how painted she is. She's padded. She's still giving you an illusion. You just turn around and she has a beard, and that beard like matches in. It's like painted. It's always something. You know what I mean? And that changed my whole thing. I was like, wow, there is that whole side of like bearded drag that you can. It's just like wow, like, and it's so funny because before that we would do like numbers. Like, there's a song called My Dick. It's like a funny song, and I performed for my birthday in full ball gown, full paint, with 2 other people, and it's like a whole thing about having a dick, and it's so funny. I was like, do you know how sickening that would have been with the beard? So, okay, what is your most embarrassing moment so far in drag?
Oh my gosh, I have 2 of them. Okay. The first one was the very first time and only time my wig will ever fly off my head in the middle of a number.
It happened to me.
Happened to me once, and it'll never happen to me again.
I've never fell, knock on wood.
And that's my
But my
second
wig.
one.
Oh, you fell.
It was at Adriana Sparkle's birthday bash. I wore way too high heels dancing, and there was confetti all over the stage.
And you slipped.
And I did a little
I've
tumble.
never felt, and I told Kezra my first most embarrassing was I actually got into a fight in full drag while hosting a show.
Okay.
That, listen, I'm still a dude up under all this, and we will fight. But and I'm going to give embarrassing moments because I've been doing it for so long, because I have been doing drag since 2000.
Oh, wow.
I started in 2000, so I've been doing drag since then. So my second most embarrassing moment was I wanted to be fishy, and all these girls were so tucked and coming out in those little panties, and I shaved my legs, and I didn't pad, and I wore these little tuck panties, and it looked like a real pussy bitch. I was feeling my oats, and I went and I did a high kick, and all of my balls and dick came out the side of my tuck, and yeah. So that's one of my other most embarrassing moments. So we're getting all the tea today. Mm-hmm. Okay, and what's your proudest moment so far in drag? Because I know you're new. So what is your proudest moment?
My proudest moment was when I won So You Think You Could Drag on my very first drag.
Absolutely. Such a cute thing. I can't wait for Queen of the Night to come back so we can make you a Queen of the Night too.
Yeah, maybe first Queen of the Night.
So are you single or are you taking? Dating
single.
wise. Single.
Single.
Okay. So since you're single, how do you feel about dating as a drag entertainer or as an entertainer altogether? Like, what is your take on the dating? Since you're new to this, you're just getting into it. What's your take on it?
I want to say there's several different things about dating as a drag queen and dating a drag queen. I would say if you're out with your partner in public, you need to understand that they're an entertainer. They're there to work. They're there to do their thing, and at the end of the night, you're going home with them.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to respect that they're there to work and entertain,
and it's part of their job.
It's part of their job, and on the other part, there's always those folks who will like I don't agree with it, but like there's folks who won't date someone specifically because they do drag.
Yes,
but I say as long as you're not, I don't know how to explain it. It's like being attracted to something that's bad.
Mm-hmm. You don't want it to be like a fetish, a taboo. Like you're only doing it because of that, and that's how it is. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time, and I've never had a problem dating in drag. Mm-hmm. I do which we'll get to the other questions. I've dated guys and girls in drag. Mm-hmm. My ex-husband, we had that problem where you're in drag, because I did drag before him. I was fairly well known, and I would host a strip contest too. And part of it is to flirt with people, and I'd get them to come up there and take off their pants and joke around. And he used to get so like angry and jealous, and I'm like I would never. That you don't have to worry about that. Second of all, no. It's just part of like the persona. You have to do that. They're an entertainer, and you have to be respectful to their job and where they work. You can't be acting a fool in a bar because you date somebody. You can't be mad because they're doing their job. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, and for me, which gets to one of the next questions, sex in drag. Would you do it? Like, how do you feel about that?
Not me.
And see, that's me. It just doesn't. And we touched upon this with Kezra too. Anybody who ever asked me to have sex while I was in drag, it's a no-go. If you like me,
no man, you think I'm taking off these 5 layers?
You think that I did all of this to get sweaty and nasty with you and fuck it all up?
30 minutes to put my bottom half on, and you're telling me.
And you want me to take it off?
Man.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you're in love with this illusion, but when we get home, bitch, I'm taking everything off, and you're getting fucked by my big ass in makeup, and I would never do that. So it does, and that's like, and people get it confused, like you shouldn't be in love with my character. You should be in love with me outside of that. Mm-hmm. And if you continue to want to have sex with me in that situation, then that means you don't respect me, not my character. So, yeah, that was the next question anyway. So, all right. So I don't know if that's we know you are a current reigning. So you think you can drag winner, and that was it.
On this cycle.
Mm-hmm. And you'll be going to finals, the Alien finals soon.
And it's the semifinals next Wednesday at Southern Nice.
See all the liquor when you're old enough, you can come back and have
Oh my god, I've never touched an ounce.
Yes, don't.
Never touched a
Be
drop.
responsible, children. Okay, name a queen you would really love to do a number with, that you would like to work with. Like,
Well, I've yet to do any numbers with my drag parents. I
Okay.
would love to do one with them.
But outside of them, like your sister or friend, somebody you have seen out or you've heard about, like somebody you would want to do it.
I want to do one. I want to do one with Christina Taylor.
She's so freaking great.
She is gorgeous, and she is Jade 2.0.
Ugh. And just so, I don't know if you know, but Jade is also a bone.
I knew that.
Okay, yes. So that's my grandbaby. You know what I'm saying? I met her a couple of times. I want her to come on the show too. Her and Natalie. Natalie, it's like Jade pops out like a beautiful little clonies of herself. You know what I'm saying? They're so beautiful. It's so sickening. So proud of them. And I know Natalie is doing something at Southern.
Twisted Tuesday.
Yes, she's in the finals, right? To be on for the year. So if you guys get a chance and you're in Orlando, go cheer on my grandbaby and help her get her spot for the year in Twisted Tuesdays. Okay. Now name a queen that you are not interested in working with. And it's not tea, it's not shade, just somebody that you don't see yourself working with, or somebody that rubbed you the wrong way that you would, or you don't think is, you know what I mean, like somebody that you're just not.
Oh yeah. Well, there's this newer queen running around. People don't even know their real drag name. Their drag name is like Utopia, but everyone
Never
knows
heard
the
of
boy
her.
that their name is Jordan Furlong.
I'll have to look. Okay. No tea.
Not a fan.
It's just can't do it, girl. And I said, like I said, the last time there was only one person I really don't like working with because I'm all about my coins, girl. But if you're gonna fuck up my coins, I can't do it. And we said her name the last time, and that's all the airtime she's getting from me because I don't feature her no more. Who is your all-time favorite drag race queen?
Bob the drag queen.
What about Bob?
I adore everything Bob does.
He's so
They're
silly.
so funny. They're really smart.
I like his
they're beautiful.
microphone skills, like him on stage.
And
I like
yes,
that.
great. And the thing about, or the great thing about this is if you go to, and if I win the semifinals next week, that's who I'll be performing with at Southern Nights on
Ooh.
Saturday night.
So we need to make sure that we're there cheering on Matcha.
So I can perform with my favorite Woo girl.
My favorite Woo girl.
I feel like Asia O'Hara is a good number 2 for me also.
I love Asia too.
Gorgeous.
But I've seen her but people don't understand, like I've been around so long, like I know Latrice. We
She's
back
lovely
up
in
dancer.
Florida,
She's yes, and hilarious and such a nice person and like my favorite drag race queen literally is Raven. Raven and Trixie Mattel. Like I love Trixie and Katya. I'm sorry, I love their little show. Like,
Love it.
I live for their stupidity, and that's
Yeah.
my thing. And I just love how pretty Raven is. So she's sickening to me. How do you feel about padding and body when it comes to drag?
I feel it would be hypocritical of me to be like so for it that if you don't have it, then you're bad. I feel like it's very subjective.
Exactly. There's moments that call for it, and there's moments that not. If you're a club kid, if you're an androgynous diva, I get it.
Just depends
But
on
if you're
your
trying
drag.
to sell that illusion, if you're telling me you're a female impersonator, I need to see female. That's just how I feel about it. And some girls don't need it because of plastic surgery, things like that. It's cool. But I mean, like if that's the illusion you're selling, that's how I feel about it. I love that you're padded, so that's it for me. And I mean, I'm not against anybody who doesn't pad. I will tell you need pads, and I will tell you I will make you some, just cause. But that's it. So, how do you feel about gay marriage?
Oh my god, I'm so against it. How could they?
Ooh, divorce is so expensive,
Mom,
sis.
I'm kidding.
I know. It's awful. What is a rumor that you have heard about yourself that you would like to address and tell people is not true right now?
Yes.
Is there a rumor about you that you want to clear up and say it's not true?
At Jordan Furlong / Utopia. Apparently, I'm just a disgusting hikaru. After hugging me the night before.
Well, girl, some people are slow.
It'd be like
I don't
that
know who you are,
sometimes.
Utopia, but get your shit together.
Could be like that.
Girl.
I'm not
I don't
scared.
play it though. You got one time to shake me, sister. I pay you dust. You don't exist to me. And if you come up to me, I fight. Okay, that is what I do. I am from the hood. Grant Park, Holland Pines, the Fish Bowl, Progress Village, I fight. So if you don't like me, steer clear of me and we don't have a problem. But don't front and give me a hug, bitch, and then talk shit about me later. Because when I see you, bitch, you're getting that drag for free. Okay? And okay, so what is a rumor that you've heard about you that is true?
That I'm so beautiful, sickening, and amazing entertainer.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Last the time when I answered the question, the rumor about me that is not true was that I was a bully. Because I'm not a bully. I'm just a bitch. Like, I will tell you how it is, and I don't have any whatever behind it. I will help you do whatever you can to fix it, but I'm not a bully. So the other rumor that I've heard about me in drag is... Oh, I said it was that Amanda Bone is a cochina. That was the true one.
That's good. 100% truth.
That's true. Let's see. I do not hate anybody. A rumor about me that had been going around was that like I cut people off and I was doing certain things, and as you can see, that's not true. Like, if I don't like you, you know it, but I would never like hate you because that costs too much energy to give out when I can just go on about my business and not bother with anybody. So I don't hate anybody. There are strong dislikes, but that doesn't mean we can't work together. That does not mean that I cannot be in the same public space as you, because I'm professional and I act right as long as you act right. And we can act right together. Don't start and it won't be nothing. That's how I feel about it. And a rumor that I've heard about me that is true is that I am a thug in a cocktail dress. Again, I will fight. I have fought. It's just how it is sometimes. All right, so
I love that.
That's true. Thug in a cocktail dress. All right, how do you feel about the kai kai? How do you feel about two queens dating?
Well, I would rather date a fellow drag queen than a mask for mask. Like,
I don't
toxic
fall into that
guy.
toxic masculinity. I'm a top, I'm a bottom shit. I don't do all that. That's not for me either.
I feel like if you're dating another queen, it's like it's either really gonna work or it's not gonna work at all.
I feel like if you date another queen, you're a bulldagger.
No,
I'm just kidding. Don't block me for saying bulldagger, please. It was a joke. I'm all for fall in love with whoever you want and do what you want. But y'all need to have a strong sense of whose stuff is what. We do not want to see y'all breaking up 2 weeks later, snatching wigs off of each other when y'all see y'all in public.
Hello.
If you are going to kai, that is 100% your scissor sisters. I'm down for it. But I know what yours. Have your own makeup, have your own drag.
Once
And if you
start
borrow
fighting
from
for
each other,
attention-
fine. Just don't start fighting over attention and who's the better queen, bitch. That doesn't work. Okay, so what is your favorite food?
Ooh, all of it.
Oh, I'm a fat bitch, so I like food. So.
A good old pizza always makes me happy.
Pizza.
Or Italian food. I love Italian food. Italian food is my favorite, hands
I
down.
am Italian, Sicilian, and Czech, and we love pasta. It is the worst thing, like when you're on a diet and they're like, oh, don't eat no carbs, but you know I'm gonna eat pasta all the time.
Hello.
Okay, so what is your favorite drink? We can't say alcoholic because you're not old enough. I'm sure you have an alcoholic drink that you might like. I don't know, but we're gonna go with regular drink. Are you a Pepsi or a Coke gal? If it was
Dr.
Pepsi or no, I would say out of Pepsi and Coke.
Coke.
Okay.
No. Pepsi.
Pepsi. Out of
No.
what is
Right,
it?
that's the
Out
right
of
answer.
Mr. Pibb or Dr. Pepper?
Dr. Pepper.
All right. Gatorade or Powerade?
Gatorade.
Okay. Hot tea or cold tea?
Yes.
Okay, both.
Sprite or
Sprite or Sierra
Mountain Dew?
Mist?
Oh.
Sprite.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
There we
No,
go.
like, oh.
It's okay.
Because Pepsi's
Cherry
better.
Coke or Cherry Pepsi?
Cherry Coke.
Yeah. See, I like Cherry Coke, but I'm not fond of Cherry Pepsi. But I like Pepsi over Coke.
Yeah.
But I haven't had caffeine in 5 years.
Oh, word.
So right now, Gatorade is my best friend, bitch. And the only soda that I drink is like Sprite. It has to be clear soda. Every once in a while, I will partake in some mug root beer because there's no caffeine in it. But I have to be careful. The Izzy's, he wants to promote his little
Izzy's, they're
He has got
natural
those there,
and they
caffeine-free.
taste great.
All right,
Love that.
all right. Favorite color?
Purple.
Purple.
As you can tell, I got on a lot of purple today.
I like it. I'm not mad at it. I like purple too. My grandmother's favorite color is red, and my mother's favorite color is blue. So purple has always been something for me. Again, turquoise and orange are my shit. That's how I do it. Now, when I think of you, your claim to fame would be the we knew that.
We've been new.
We've been new.
We've been
meme.
new.
That's your claim to
At the
fame
wow
for me.
react.
But what do you think your claim to fame is here in Tampa right now?
I want to say, well, there's not many of us. I just want to say being.
Hi, CC Cannon.
Hi, sister. Love you. I
Hey,
want
Penelope.
to say being one of the few
I
bearded
love
queens
CC.
who aren't afraid to come forward in spaces where they're not normally doing stuff.
And back to real quick, two of the newer queens that I am like down for. CC Cannon is one of them. That
Love
bitch
CeCe.
is so pretty and has so much potential. I live for her.
CeCe.
And you were my other favorite. I said that the other day. It's like everything that I've heard and seen, and I'm like, okay, bitch, not mad at it. How do you feel about drugs in the drag community? Yay or nay?
For me, no.
But to
But-
other people, it's their business.
Do you?
I don't. Weed is not a drug to me, so if you smoke it, that's fine.
Yeah.
But when you get into that harder stuff, don't expect me to invite you to my house because you can't trust the baser,
Not a
and you know
fan.
they will steal. So
Not a fan of that.
not a fan. But if you do it at your business, as long as you're functioning and you can live your life and you don't steal from folks, bitch, more power to you. Not for me either. So, okay. What does professional mean to you when it comes to drag?
Professional means to me. Well, being on time, being kind to your fellow peers, despite any personal conflicts you may have with them, doing your job, and I feel like being a professional is really also subjective. Obviously, there's a clear ways of being unprofessional, but being professional would just be doing your job. You know what I mean?
Oh, we have a question. Brandon would like to know: do you know any Japanese?
Do I know any Japanese? My name is very Japanese. I may look a little bit Asian, but I am not even
Do you speak
1%.
Japanese?
Nope.
He
I am-
does. That's why he's asking.
I am Mexican and Native American, so
Oh, I did not know what you were, which I'm glad you touched base on that because that will help you out. Now, do you like anime?
I do.
What's your favorite anime?
All of them.
Queso. No, that's not an
Nice try.
answer.
Answer.
Okay, I mean, like, are you a Dragon Ball Z fan? Are you a Naruto fan? Do you like
Oh.
Seven Deadly Sins?
I like
Fullmetal
Seven Deadly
Alchemist,
Sins,
like
but
what-
I'm Dragon Ball Z over Naruto.
Thank you.
Music, anime.
Yeah,
like
he's
a
trying
lot
to get you
of-
because he likes the little girls, the singer girls.
Oh.
What is it called?
Why do you have to say little
those
girl?
What are they
little,
called?
those little Asian girls that
The
scream.
Love
Like
Live.
Love
song.
Live, like
Ah.
Yeah, he's into
Vocaloid,
that.
like stuff like that.
Okay.
He's like, what?
Okay, so we're gonna get to some other stuff on you since we're going up. We got anime. So, what is your guilty pleasure TV show?
Oh, anything Gordon Ramsay.
Yes. All right. What is your regular favorite TV show? Like, are you a Walking Dead? Like,
Okay, besides, I guess, RuPaul's Drag Race and Dragula, I really like watching professional wrestling.
oh, I used to be such a fan. I
I'm
know.
a huge
I've been to
WWE
so
fan.
many things. I was spit on by Juventud Guerrero.
Oh, I love that.
I met Rey Mysterio before. Like, I was a big NWO fan back in the day.
I love that.
Wrestling now is like, ugh. DBZ over Naruto.
Well, just cancel.
Who?
Cancel. You are going to jail.
No, DBZ is
Period.
not even in a little
I'm
bit.
with her. Sorry, cancel Kezra.
No.
Okay, so your favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie of all time.
Something that you could watch over and over and over again.
Oh, Bird Box.
That is such a good movie.
It was a good movie. I love it.
Okay, so my favorite movies ever are Freddy Krueger movies. I am the biggest Freddy Krueger fan. Part 1 and Part 3. Part 1, phenomenal. I love Nancy. I used to have the biggest crush on her. And Part 3, Dream Warriors. Absolutely love it.
And that was on Part 2.
It was garbage.
Okay.
It was garbage. It was just filler until Robert Englund said no more. A movie that I could watch over and over and over again and love too is The Fifth Element.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Like, the Diva Plava Laguna is like my aesthetic in drag.
Is it?
Yeah, he said, period.
Period.
How do you feel about Steven Universe?
I like it.
It's so
It's really
inclusive.
cute.
It's so
cute.
inclusive to everything. Like, I love. Okay, so do you remember the first album? Well, I say album, cassette tape, album, CD, or you bought?
Everything Marilyn Manson.
Okay.
Period.
The first album that I ever bought with my own money was a CD, and it was Ace of Base, I Saw the Sign. That first CD. Yeah, I'm an old girl. I'm 36.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. See, people don't know, but I am. I Saw the Sign. Then my second time, like, ever buying, I got that thing where you could, like, buy a whole bunch of albums for a penny, and it was, like, so much rock and roll. I have every Marilyn Manson album. Have you heard, the Cry Little Sister
Oh, yeah.
from him.
The other one too that just came out.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of them.
Like-
He's got a whole bunch of. He's supposed to be doing something
I
with someone.
love
I can't
his
remember.
music. The same.
I love him
It's
all
just-
together. Jawbreaker, when he was in Jawbreaker, I almost like fell out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we did movies, we did TV show. What is an album you're looking forward to drop soon? Or something that you look forward, or
Rihanna.
what's an artist you look for new music from soon?
Rihanna. Where the fuck is she?
Listen,
Disappeared.
after Anti, I was not here for the beginning of Anti. Like I was so against it for a little bit, and then I was like, Desperado.
Hello.
Like I'm so here for it now. So it takes me a while. Like I don't get into what other people get into. It has to speak to me for me to get into it.
Okay.
My favorite artist ever, though, people do not know this. Somebody that I like completely love and like I wanted to go on the MTV Fanatic was Alanis Morissette. I love for her style of songwriting, the lyrics, things like that. I also am here for a lot of other stuff. Like I don't get into that whole Nicki and Cardi drama. I love them both. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I have such a wide array of like likes for music. And right now Billie Eilish is my ish. Like I cannot Bellyache and freaking Lovely and Copycat like drive me insane. Okay. So what do you believe is the hardest thing about drag? For you, in your humble opinion.
In my humble opinion, the hardest thing about drag, socially, physically,
Just whatever comes to mind.
Whatever
What is the
comes to
hardest thing
mind.
in drag for you?
keeping the crowd entertained, coming up with something new. I feel that's not really hard. It's just the most, I'd say, challenging thing.
It's what you worry about the most. Is making sure that it's like.
Yes.
For me, the hardest thing about drag is the cattiness back and forth with people. That's the hardest thing for me. Because I'm going to tell you like it is type of person. And like I said, if we don't like each other, we don't like each other. It is what it is. But most people don't get that. And that mouth behind a computer and then the arguing and the fighting, like, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not me. Like I said, I fight. So that when you do all that to me, this is, the internet and stuff is new because I was around before that. All of that to me means that we don't like each other. And on site, it's a problem. So
Hello.
I don't like that because like there's room for everybody. Nobody is going to be able to do what you do, and you can't do what anybody else does. So drag is all about learning and pulling from different stuff and copying and all that. That's what it is. You got to pull from stuff. You see something and you make it better. You turn it into you. I don't like that cattiness, that stuff, because when I started drag, it wasn't catty like it is now. Everybody was still a sister, bitch. They would help you. They would make stuff for you. They would teach you things. And now it's like what me and Kevin talked about before is like back and forth. Like somebody wants a gig and they're always trying to get somebody else's gig or think that they're better than somebody else, and that should not be it. You are constantly learning when it comes to drag. You will never, ever know everything there is to know about drag. There's so many different facets, genres, branches, veins, things. You will never know it in a lifetime. Nobody can ever be the best at it and know everything there is to know about drag. And some people don't understand that. So I would say the hardest thing about drag is maintaining good relationships with and not having that cattiness. What is the hardest thing about putting on makeup for you?
Drawing brows.
And what is the easiest thing?
Putting my lip gloss on.
There you go. All right, so do you have anything coming up soon or any places you would like to plug that you might be at soon? Or
Yes, like I already said, I will be at Southern Nights next Wednesday for the So You Think You Can Drag semifinals. It's the Alien Invasion theme. Other than that, I'm at Iberian Rooster usually every single Wednesday. You know, throwing a leg here and there, you know, popping out on the ground a couple times. I will be at Juno Vibrance's benefit. I believe it's February 15th, I want to say, at the Asylum.
okay, which used to be Wena's, which used to be Krabari. So if people don't know, the Asylum has reopened. Krabari and Wena's has reopened as the Asylum, and Juno does have a benefit coming up there. So support your local queens, help them get their whole like shits together, let them live their life, their best dreams. So We have Iberian on Wednesdays. We have the So You Think You Can Drag. You're going to be at the finals for that, and you will be at the benefit for the asylum. So again, support. That's Newport Richie area. Support your local drag out there. Remember, guys, that there is stuff going on. We have Hamburger Mary's Brandon, St. Pete, and Clearwater. Shows going on all the time. There are a bunch of benefits coming up. I know Kyla just had one. Samaya Sensation.
Yes, I love her.
And if you guys can donate anything to her, I know she would be down for that. So the next time you see her out performing, tip her the house down. She has a pageant coming up. Wednesdays, Gia and Gary run the So You Think You Can Drag. You get a cash prize of
It's
$100, and then you get a booking on that Sunday, right? For Sultry Sundays. Bradley's has the strip contest on Thursdays and drag for you throughout the weekend. So does Honeypot. Again, January 20th, that Sunday, Martin Luther King weekend. We have the Battle of the Families, Bones, Infinities, Panics. I believe hosted by me, Danny Panic. Well, hosted by Amanda Bone, Danny Panic, and Power Infinity. With the special number coming to you guys. Make sure you come and check that out. It is a benefit for Pride, so all of the money from the door goes to Pride and things like that. So make sure you come check us out. Doors open at 7, I think, and the show is at 8:30. So it's easy enough to get your Sunday funday on. Come have some drinks and watch us do that. I don't know when the Asylum has their talent nights, but I'm sure you can look them up on Facebook in Newport Richie. There is so much going on.
There's so much.
St. Pete and Clearwater. Remember to support your local businesses and make sure that goes on. And one last question before we leave.
Okay.
How do you feel about talent contests?
Talent contests like open stages or
No,
just
like winning talent contests. Like, do you like audience applause or do you like judged? Do you like when they give you a theme or not a theme?
I like. What's the third one? Is there a third one?
Yeah, there was, but you confused me. So go
Theme
ahead.
or no theme?
No. There was theme or no theme, judged or not judged, or judged or audience applause.
Talent.
So what do you think about those?
I would prefer judged.
Okay.
Just because you can have someone bring a whole bunch of their friends and they may not be the best one. and
Most
they
talent
win.
contests are not about talent, it's about how popular you are.
And I want to say themed, just
I like
because
knowing.
you like what?
I like knowing what a theme is. Like I'm not
Yes,
Google.
very that, because then that really that would really showcase the group of girls, like the cast's talent.
Mm-hmm.
Like who is the best at being prepared, putting up a number, making it entertaining.
Is there
bringing
any
out a look.
genre you're not scared to, but that you worry about that you wouldn't want to do? Like, are you okay with country? Okay, sorry about that, guys.
Hello.
It is pouring, so I think the Wi-Fi went out. So the question was, what did I just ask?
We were at.
I totally forgot.
Me
Like,
too.
what was just being asked?
Oh, you
Oh,
guys were talking
what
about
is there
the
something that
talent
you
or
you're worried about doing, like country, jazz, rock, like hip hop? Like, is there a genre that worries you?
Country.
Okay, because we did that, and I know that I made a lot of them step out of their. Adriana had to do country and pop and rock and all of that stuff, so she had to step out of her comfort zone too. And I know there's a lot. I think for me, it's. I mean, like, I'll do anything when it comes to drag. Like, if you give me a theme, like, that's fine. But I think my least favorite is, like, Broadway.
Oh.
Because I don't have that Broadway gay card. Like, when we did Broadway, I did a song from a movie Broadway show called Camp. It's called Here's Where I Stand. Like, that was it, girl. Just so that we're clear, I know y'all are going to hate me, but I've never seen Rent. And that's what everybody does. So I've never
Mean Girls
seen
is a new
Rent.
thing.
I've seen Dreamgirls before.
Mean Girls.
I don't know about that. Okay. So again, there are lots of things going on around the Bay Area. Make sure you check them out. Today we did have Mia. Look, I'm thinking about tomorrow. We have Matcha, hikaru. I know they said they were interested too, so
Yes.
I'm hoping that they come soon too and get their name in this little drawing. What are you hoping for? Makeup or a wig or? Well, you already have pads, so you don't need pads. So what would you?
I have tons of makeup. I have pads. Probably a wig.
A wig? All right.
A wig.
So I want you to stand up, give
No,
them a
it's
little
just a wig.
spin, and show them what you're working with today.
Oh.
Show them this outfit real
Ooh.
quick so they know.
Ooh.
We got done a little faster.
Make
than
sure
what
that
we
you're
did
in
with
frame.
Ezra.
Ooh.
Should I?
She's good. No, she can back
You
up.
good?
a little bit.
Good.
Look at this.
Ooh.
Body, bitch.
Hello.
Body.
Hello. Hold on, let me put the shoes.
Yes, pose.
Okay, Melanie Martinez.
I'm liking it. I like that these are stones too. I have that same thing. Yes, did you stone those tanks? We do a lot of stoning, so if you ever need help, we do stoning parties. You see this, all of us will get on a section of table and we will stone the shit out of clothes. Alright, so before we go, is there anything else that you would like to say before we go, like to let anybody know anything about you? Because we did run a little bit late, but we have 10 minutes to stay on the same match as what we did with Ezra. Hi Marvella, hey Danny.
Hi, Marvella. Ooh. Like about.
Scooch this way.
Like
You can-
about what?
anything you want. Is there anything else you want them to know about you? Or anything that you like that they can bring you to the club? Because you know the fans grow. You got a PayPal or whatever that can send you some money?
Not PayPal. Oh gosh.
Hey, Pat, matcha hikaru.
There you go, you know.
Only
Buy us some-
fans.
Okay, hello. You can get my premium snap.
Hello. No, just.
You know? Do you have a Tumblr or something that you want to like promote so they can go and see? Well, I mean like Tumblr, Instagram. Well,
is
it's
she?
no more porn now, bro.
Who is
Fuck
she?
Tumblr. Fuck
Hello.
Tumblr. I meant like something where they can
Yeah,
find out what your thing is. So
My Instagram and my Facebook, I'm matcha hikaru. That's my two main social sites.
that's where you can add her. And if you have any more questions, do not be perverted. But you are more than welcome to add her on her social
Child.
site. Sheila
Lord.
of the Lord.
Not the Lord.
And I'm
Spelled with
also
a
just
T.
a child. So.
Yeah, just a child.
Oh jeez.
So is Brandon. It's okay. He likes dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets.
Excuse me. We were not expecting this on this
I
live.
think he's as old as you are.
How old are you?
19.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm about to turn 20.
Work.
About to. All right, guys. This was Matcha Hikaru getting to know you. Again, this will be uploaded to YouTube later so that we can share it and you guys will have it. Hopefully, I will get some messages from some other people like Mio and Apollo and Danny and Marvella and Tay and Esme and all of them so we can get them on over here. And we got rid of all the critters. Desiree didn't, my drag mom didn't want to come to the house because we had pet rats and snakes and dogs and all that. And unfortunately, I don't have any pets right now. We have one snake. It's upstairs. And his name is familiar and he doesn't belong to me, so I don't have to deal with any of it. And now Desi can come over. I can't wait. So you guys don't forget to add Matcha. Check out my YouTube channel. I will post it and I will post this video. And here's to the next couple of girls in the next couple of weeks. Girls, guys, because I know Francis is going to be on here too. Like, I'm so excited. Is there anybody that you're excited to get to know before we leave?
That I don't already know.
Yeah,
I
that
want
you would
Samaya
like
to
to.
do this.
You want Samaya?
I love Samaya anyways.
Samaya is the nicest, most gentlest,
Oh.
loving, beautiful person.
Amazing.
I will show you the snaps of her first coming out of her shop. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to finish this up, and we will see you next time. Bye, Maja.